Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll find out. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live watch-along. Today we're going to be doing the live watch-along of the game between Aston Villa and Manchester City in the Premier League. Before I do crack on with this live watch-along, though, do make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, please do subscribe to my channel. We're now less than 800 subs away from 28k subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this live watch along. We are aiming for 100 likes minimum once more. We're 86 likes away, so thank you to everybody that has left a thumbs up so far, and if you could leave a thumbs up, then that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget you can let me know your thoughts in the live chat, which is currently running, including your score prediction for this game. I'm going for 4-1 Manchester City, but I'll speak more about that in a few moments. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and also on the yellow banner too. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries, it's also on the yellow banner too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships using my email, then that would be much appreciated. And also don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, which this live watch along is brought to you by OneFootball. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. Thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. The link to OneFootball is in the description. It's also in the live chat if you want to go and download the OneFootball app. OneFootball will keep you up to date with all the latest football news, transfer news, as well as the latest scores, results, statistics, live league tables, and all your good footballing needs. All statistics and everything provided will be provided by OneFootball. It is the best footballing app out there, in my opinion. It's a free app to download, and anyone that does download OneFootball using my link does help to support the future content created on my channel, and also keeps these videos coming for you guys. So just having a look at the chat, we've got FaZe in on the chat. Much appreciated, going for 4-0 Manchester City today. Robbie, welcome, thank you for tuning in as well, going for a 2-1 Manchester City victory. Northern Irish, thanks very much for tuning in too, going for a 4-0 victory and a hat-trick of hat-tricks for Erling Haaland. And yes, Northern Irish, I do remember you from the Nottingham Forest game, so thank you very much for tuning in for this live watch along as well. Zookeeper Charlie, hello, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to ask the obvious question: are you actually a zookeeper? If so, which zoo? And secondly, that's a really cool job. Rupert, thanks very much for tuning in. Of course, 3 points is the most important objective there. Haaland, thanks very much for tuning in, going for a 5-0 victory today for Manchester City 2. FC Madness, thanks very much for tuning in as well, going for a 4-2 victory. I'm going for 4-1 Manchester City today for my score prediction for this game. So I'm going to head over to my video sponsor for today. We're going to get the OneFootball app up here on my mobile phone, and we're going to have a look at the teams. We're going to have a look at everything that there is to talk about for this game. So firstly, who do I think is going to win? Well, I'm going to go for Manchester City to win this game, is who I am voting for. Looking at the lineups, we're going to start off, I think, with our opponents first. So let's speak about what Manchester City are going up against, and that is Aston Villa. Now, they're starting first with number 1, Martinez in goal. Matty Cash going in at right back, number 2. Number 27 is Lucas Digne, their left back. They're going with a defensive duo of Konsa and Mings. Spoke about that in my preview. They've got Boubacar Kamara starting alongside John McGinn Ramsey, that's Jacob Ramsey, and Douglas Luiz, who didn't get a transfer deadline day move to Arsenal. He is in the right frame of mind, and he goes against his former club here in Manchester City, and they're starting with 2 up top, number 31 Leon Bailey on the left-hand side, and number 11 danger man Ollie Watkins on the right-hand side. Now onto the bench, they've got Danny Ings, Cameron Archer, Callum Chambers, Robin Olsen, Ludwig Augustinsson, Jan Bednarak, Emiliano Buendia, Ashley Young, and Philippe Coutinho, of course. Coutinho could be the player to look out for, potentially coming off the bench to provide some competition for the midfield and also out wide. Cameron Archer, high-quality young player, doesn't head out on loan, stays with Aston Villa. He may come on if needed. Danny Ings is also an option there. Ashley Young, Callum Chambers, some experienced Premier League football players, Buendia, Bednarak as well. So these are all options there for Aston Villa. Suspended or injured. One football I've got is Leander Dendoncker, who they brought in from Wolverhampton Wanderers. He's not in the squad for today, so that's Aston Villa. Where's the dangers? Well, that's a very packed midfield. Douglas Luiz, Boubacar Kamara, John McGinn, Jacob Ramsey, all know how to move the ball, all know how to tackle, all know how to get stuck in, and their objective is going to be stopping Manchester City's midfield, including the likes of Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, Rodri, Phil Foden potentially as well. So that's their job for this game. Now, moving on to your Manchester City starting 11 for today. We're going to start off in goal, number 31, Ederson. At right back, number 2, Kyle Walker. Left back, number 7, Joao Cancelo. And our centre-backs for today, number 3, Ruben Dias, and number 5, John Stones. In midfield for Manchester City today, we've got number 8, Ilkay Gundogan, number 16, Rodri, and number 17, Kevin De Bruyne. On the right wing, number 20, Bernardo Silva. Left wing, number 47, Phil Foden. And number 9, the main man himself, bidding for a hat-trick of hat-tricks in Premier League games, is our number 9 new signing, Erling Haaland. On the bench for Manchester City today is Stefan Ortega-Moreno, Rico Lewis, Riyad Mahrez, Jack Grealish, Nathan Ake, Cole Palmer, Sergio Gomez, Joshua Wilson-Esbrand, and Julian Alvarez. Firstly, Julian Alvarez, very unlucky to miss out on the starting 11, and I imagine he may be given a run out off the bench in this game and potentially may even start in the Champions League in midweek. City do need to start thinking about rotation with us playing every 3 to 4 days now. It's great to see Nathan Ake and Jack Grealish back on the bench, and they're in contention to potentially come on later in this game to get some minutes to see just how fit they are. Mahrez could be an option for Manchester City today. Sergio Gomez could be another option. Cole Palmer as well, and a couple of young players, Joshua Wilson-Esbrand and Rico Lewis, are the other options there as we're starting to get a more senior feel to Manchester City's team with players starting to return from injury, which is fantastic news. Now, just seeing some more people joining in on the chat, so much appreciated. We've got Caden coming in, much appreciated. We've also got Adam Quinn, regular here on the JSGC channel, going for another hat-trick for Erling Haaland, going for 6-0 Manchester City. And we've also got DJ in on the chat, helping to moderate, so thank you very much for that. Going for Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 3. I'm going for City to win by 4-1 in this game. FC Madness, what do I think of Ortega? Not really had much of a chance to see him. We'll get a better judgment, I'm sure, once we're playing in the Carabao Cup. Potentially some Champions League minutes for him. We'll be able to get a better idea of what he can offer and what he can do. But the fact that he makes many saves in the Bundesliga, we've picked him up for free and we've brought him in because obviously Zach Steffens wanted to leave Manchester City for more regular minutes to boost his chance of being the United States goalkeeper. Their number 1 going into the World Cup means we cannot really go wrong from a City point of view. Tristan, thanks very much for tuning in as well. It is much appreciated. As I was saying before, guys, if you are new around here and you haven't already, then please do subscribe. That would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, social media links there in the description below and also on the yellow banner if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up as well. 100 likes we're aiming for. We're now a quarter of the way there, which is brilliant. We're 75 likes away, so if you're watching this and you haven't already and you are enjoying the content, then please do subscribe. leave a thumbs up and do subscribe. There we go. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by OneFootball. OneFootball will keep you up to date with all the latest football news, transfer news, the latest scores, results, statistics, live league tables, and all your good footballing needs. Anyone that does download the OneFootball app using my link does help to support the future content created here on my channel, and it does keep these videos coming for you guys. One more time before kickoff, I'm going to roll my promo video for you guys right now.
This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date.
Thank you very much to Dad tuning in. Much appreciated. Hello. Welcome. Going for 2-0 Manchester City. Loves the fan in the background. As you might be able to tell from my rather croaky voice, and I'm sure Dad's experienced enough and knows me well to be able to look at my face and how I look, I am not 100% right now. Unfortunately, hopefully be on the mend over the weekend and will be at 100% for Tuesday night's game against Sevilla. But we're here, we're plodding along, and we're going to have a good time. I can guarantee you of that one. Someone's asked what beer I'm on. No beer for me. Not feeling it today, I'm afraid. So I'm just on the Tango. Very boring for me. No COVID. I don't think so. I think it's just a regular common cold is how it feels. The normal blocked nose, headache, a bit tired and a bit grotty, I think is the best way of describing it. Haaland is the GOAT, clear of Mbappe and Punez. Although if anyone that checked out the Merseyside derby from earlier today will have seen Darwin Núñez was horrendous. He was awful. He went for an attempted finish. It was almost like a behind him bicycle kick, very similar to a goal that's already been scored this season. If you pay attention to the EFL, I was lucky enough to go with Mick Sid to Luton, and we saw one of the goals of the season scored there when was there by a player called Brad Potts. If you've not checked out his goal that he scored for Preston away at Luton, it's behind him and it's an overhead kick that he shins, and it's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, Darwin Núñez attempted something very similar, went flying into the skies and into the stand. Yeah, loved it. Absolutely loved it. I do feel like, even though we're very early into the season, and it is very difficult to judge, but you can put a little bit of judgment there. Liverpool not struggling, so to speak, but certainly with no Sadio Mane, they do not look as strong. They do not look as good, and I think it's very important before Liverpool start to find their stride, and they're that good of a team. It wouldn't surprise me if they were to go on a 10-match winning streak in the Premier League, and if that was to happen, then Manchester City need to make sure that they're in as strong a position as possible. And whilst Liverpool are dropping points early on, it's very important that we're not dropping points and we're winning our games, and we're getting a nice big points tally at the top of the Premier League. Of course, we are playing catch up to Arsenal. Arsenal aren't playing until tomorrow. They've got a difficult match away against Manchester United, so we'd have to see what happens with regards to that. But Manchester City playing beforehand. We've got an away match here against Aston Villa, a struggling Aston Villa with a point to prove, so it comes with its own difficulties, and Manchester City need to make sure that they are on it. What's my thoughts on Mark Goldbridge? I know he splits opinion amongst many. Asked me last season, I'd say I find some of the stuff that he says quite funny. Not my cup of tea for my go-to for watching with football, but some of the stuff that he does come out with I find of comedy value. No merit, of course, there. It's literally every bit of opinion's done there for clickbait, acting, so to speak, there. From Mark Goldbridge, but I did find some of the stuff that he was putting out there last season quite comical. This season, I feel like he's forcing the issue a little bit. Not as funny, not as fluent, but that is just my thoughts. It's not just Mark Goldbridge that's like that. There's a whole host of fan channels out there that try and force the issue without putting any natural sense of reactions in there, so to speak, and you do just get a feeling with Mark Goldbridge that he thrives off Manchester United dropping points and not doing very well. Much like with Arsenal when they were dipping down with Arsenal Fan TV, with Arsenal picking up the bad results is when they'd get them viewed, when they'd put out their outrageous stuff, rather than wanting their team to do well, because your team doing well and winning things doesn't do as well for clicks amongst other fans. But when your team does do well, it does very well amongst your own fans. And I'd much rather, having tasted lots of success with Manchester City, I'd take that every single day of the week. So Rupert says Liverpool, they've not got the stomach to go again with us. There's a lot of friction in the dressing room. Salah getting monster wages. He doesn't look as good. It was always Mane that was the more natural player, particularly in open play, that could really help Liverpool. And of course, Salah is an exceptional player. However, to me, not as good or as consistent as what Sadio Mane was, and to me, he's a big loss there for Liverpool. And they brought in Núñez, who, to me, he's a centre forward. He's not going to help them out wide. They've already got. Bless me, there you go. Told you I'm not feeling 100%. But yeah, to me, they've got Luis Diaz in, they've got Mo Salah in, two quality players, but there's nothing else to them. Bless me again. So to me, they just don't look as strong. They don't look anywhere near as good. But that's right now, and it wouldn't surprise me as the season goes on if Liverpool start to sort themselves out and they'll start picking up them important results and start playing catch up. So we want to be as far ahead of Liverpool as possible, really. Swakia, thanks very much for tuning in. Would I rather have Alvarez playing right wing or Delap as our second striker this season? Well, Delap's already headed out on loan, so that's not going to be the option. So I'm going to go with option A there, and Alvarez playing on the right wing. I quite liked Alvarez playing as the second striker. He looked very good linking up with Erling Haaland. So to me, both of them, both being world-class signings by Manchester City. So yeah, they're my thoughts. Thank you very much, Rupert, there. Good evening, Dale. Thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. John as well, thank you very much for tuning in. We probably won't have Mixed for the majority of this live stream. He has been at the Preston game. We have not picked up a very good result against Birmingham. There we go. So I do have some pre-match entertainment for you guys to enjoy. It is brought to you by Mixed, my partner channel. His link is in the description. If you want to go and check him out, that would be much appreciated while I go and blow my nose. So this is the Roku Gin pre-match entertainment for you guys to enjoy. It's a review video.
What's going on, guys? Mix is here, back again for another summer-themed cocktail. And today's summer-themed cocktail, guys, is the Roku Gin and Tonic. We're continuing on with the gin cocktails. So I think we can make it work with the Roku gin. Because it's a little bit different from your normal gin, but I think we can make it work. It's not your normal gin that you use for gin and tonic, as it's a bit more of a bitter tasting gin. So for the tonic, what I'll be using will be a passion fruit and lime flavoured from Fever Tree. Because I think I can make it work with raspberries and strawberry. I think we can have a gin and tonic that works with Roku. So let's build this cocktail. So let's make this G&T. So now we're putting some raspberries and strawberries. So let's have the raspberries in. now we'll add strawberries. So what I'm going for a proper summer theme. Like I said, it's what you think of in the summer. Think of strawberries, raspberries, nice summer fruits. So to make a Roku gin tea, guys, it's putting 60ml or 2 ounces of a Roku gin. So now you just top it up with tonic water. I'm using passion fruit and lime tonic water from Fever Tree. Personally, I think it's a nice combination with Roku. As simple as that, that's how you make a Roku gin tea. And as simple as that, that's how you make a Roku gin tea. Can we make this work? Has it worked? How does it taste? Personally, that's quite nice. It's certainly quite a refreshing taste. If I was to rate it, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. I think it works. Because I think the passion fruit tonic water, I think the passion fruit and lime tonic water works well with the Roku like that. So I'm trying to fight it because, like I said, with Roku, it's certainly different from your classic gin, especially for a gin tea. It's not your normal gin to use for a gin tea, as it just has that extra taste, that herbal taste, like a little bit of extra bitterness to it. Because I've tried my best to work, but it's quite refreshing. It's certainly drinkable. Certainly not as crisp as your other ones, like your Botanis. Because if you wanted, you like your classic gin tea. But I think the passion fruit makes up for it. Because if I was to use normal tonic water, I think it'd be too bitter, this. Especially with Roku. But I think it's quite refreshing to taste this. But it's certainly drinkable, I was going to say, but I'd recommend it. Have you ever tried the G&T sales with Roku? Let me know your results. Because as I know some people that love the gin do not like Roku or find it hard to use. Because with Roku by itself, you can drink it by itself. It's one of those classic gins that you can drink just by itself. But as soon as you use tonic water, it's a little bit something extra, because it takes a quiet taste, and I've tried my best to try and make this work. 7 out of 10, I think it's drinkable, I think it's nice, but it's certainly not my favourite gin tea. It's not something I'd use for gin and tonic Roku gin, because it's just a little bit bitter than your normal gins that you're used to. But do let me know what you think of the Roku gin tea in the comments below. So I do want to hear from you. Because have you ever tried it with a gin and tonic? Have you made it work with Roku? But I've been Mixed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed for more cocktails like this, as it really does help the channel grow. And for my next cocktail, I will be doing the Dirty Shirley Temple, as that is going to be the go-to summer cocktail for 2022. You've heard it here first on that Mixed, and I will see you then. Cheers.
Thank you very much there to Mixed for providing today's half-time entertainment for you guys to enjoy. Dale Pickford had a very good game today for Everton. Dug in really hard, played really well. The win was there for them if they wanted it, I felt, today. Lacked that belief, lacked a little bit of creativity up top, lacked a bit of quality in the final third. I was going to say a bit unlucky with their goal, but to me was a good yard offside. It's very weird with the camera angles and the aligning of the lines, but to me it looked offside. So as it is, a draw, more drop points for Liverpool. I'm sure Everton will be pretty happy not to have lost to them as well. So there we go. For this match, the Villa-Manchester City game, we are nearly set for kickoff here. Steven Gerrard, Liverpool legend, under pressure. Second bottom Aston Villa are sitting. And a defeat here and a win for Leicester, I think they're playing tomorrow, would send Aston Villa bottom and put a lot of pressure onto Steven Gerrard. So he could really do with some kind of result here. Manchester City, they know that they've just dropped down into third with Tottenham Hotspur winning. Know that with a win today, they can leapfrog Spurs and Arsenal on goal difference. We'll go clear of them by a point, we'll go first with a win today, putting pressure onto Arsenal, and we know we've got a game next weekend against Tottenham Hotspur, which won't be easy either, and we've also got Champions League action against Sevilla away in midweek, and then the midweek after a home match against Borussia Dortmund as well. So yeah, games are coming real thick and fast, that is for sure, as we do have kickoff here at Villa Park, with Aston Villa attacking from left to right, Manchester City attacking from right to left. Aston Villa playing in their claret and blue shirts, white shorts and sky blue socks. Manchester City today are in their third kit. It's what I call the fluorescent bumblebee kit. It's it's a fluorescent green limey colour with black striped black shorts and limey coloured socks, as a cross comes in by Villa, beats everybody's heads, and Manchester City can come away with the football. Here's Ilkay Gundogan for Manchester City, pinging it across his own penalty area to Kyle Walker, and he can bring Manchester City forward here. Julia going for 5-0 Manchester City today, as Ederson gives it to Ruben Dias. Villa putting the squeeze onto Manchester City. Diaz spreads play to Walker. He gets a touch onto it, and De Bruyne now sprints into the Aston Villa half. Kyle Walker takes the pass away from Haaland, gives it back to De Bruyne, spreads the play to the left-hand side. Foden gets it under control into the penalty area now. Here's Gundogan to the outside of the penalty area. Cancelo moves it to Walker on the right-hand side, tries to thread a pass into Kevin De Bruyne. It's intercepted by Scotland international John McGinn, and he can send that forward. Dealt with, though, by John Stones. I'm going for 4-1 Manchester City today, is my prediction. Dale reckons that Darwin Núñez will come good for Liverpool eventually, but missing the impact of Sadio Mane. You do feel like Núñez is more of a Firmino drops to rotation and Núñez goes as their main striker, and a heavy reliance upon Luis Diaz and also Mo Salah, and they haven't really hit it on as of yet, as Ederson's pass goes out of play to Cancelo, and Aston Villa pick themselves up a cheap throw-in just halfway inside the Manchester City penalty area. Dale going for his Super 6 prediction of 2-0. I'm going for 4-1 Manchester City. Northern Irish youngster going for 4-0 Manchester City. As we've now got 38 likes, we're 62 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball, link in the description, also in the live chat. So John Stones, I think he's making his 200th appearance for Manchester City today. I'm not sure if it's his 200th appearance in the Premier League or his 200th appearance. Here's John Stones then, pushing City forward. Kyle Walker exchanges another pass with Stones as he decides to move away from the right-hand side and go to the left-hand side, where he finds Ruben Dias. Foden stretching the pitch, receives the ball. He centralises it to Ilkay Gundogan. Back to Foden. Gundogan now. Nearly miscontrolled that. Rodri working it backwards. City looking for space. Need a little bit more movement. There's a big gap between defence and midfield. Rodri's dropping into the gap, but Cancelo moving into the little gap in midfield. However, Bernardo Silva finally gets a touch of the ball. I don't think he's had a touch of the ball in the first 3.5 minutes. Here's Walker now to Bernardo. He finds Haaland, who's just had, I think, his first touch. Manages really well to find Bernardo Silva. Threaded in really well. Here's Walker going across the keeper, and he blazes it over the top of the crossbar. I don't think shooting... And I think Kyle Walker was a bit and ahhing about what to do. He apologises. Haaland had moved into a really good position. I think it was Gundogan that had made, was it Gundogan that had made the run, or was it Foden? Perfectly onside. Oh, there was options there for Walker. He never really looked up and he never really looked comfortable or confident. That was a real opportunity in the first 4 minutes for Manchester City. He just has all eyes for goal and he just gets it all wrong. Comes off the toe. It's too high and it's wide from, 6 yards out with a slight angle on the right-hand side. It should be at least finding the target there. A man going for 3-0 Manchester City. Here is Joao Cancelo then for Manchester City. To Phil Foden. City now starting to look comfortable on the ball. Here's Bernardo now to Walker. Through 5 minutes here at Villa Park, 0-0. Cancelo tries to knock one forward towards De Bruyne. He gives the thumbs up. There's too much on it, and it's into the arms of Martinez in goal for Villa today. So Manchester City starting today with Ederson in goal, right back Kyle Walker, left back Joao Cancelo, and centre backs of John Stones and Ruben Dias. In midfield, it's Rodri, De Bruyne and Gundogan, Bernardo at right wing, Foden left wing, and Erling Haaland starting as City's striker for today. Ball sent long then by Martinez. Stones wins the header. Second ball mopped up by Aston Villa and they work it backwards. They can have a bit of possession. City have dropped everyone deep. We've got all our players inside our own half. Park the bus, Manchester City. Villa struggling to get this ball forward. It's not a very good ball forward and intercepted well by City using their number advantage to their advantage. As Rodri's put under pressure by Bailey. He manages to find a pass to Ederson though. And the press isn't really put on by Villa and City can come forward here. Here is John Stones to Kyle Walker now. Back to John Stones. Works it to Ederson. There's space for Diaz. There's space for Cancelo. He uses the latter. Cancelo bursting forward then for Manchester City. 6.5 minutes in here at Villa Park. Works the ball backwards to Ruben Dias. City just about to enter into the Aston Villa half. Building it up from the back. And they do through Kevin De Bruyne. He does go backwards though. Back to John Stones. City just trying to explore as Villa have got a midfield 5 there trying to put the squeeze onto City. Long ball comes forward. It's a brilliant ball forward. Just a little bit too much on it though. The right idea, nearly the execution there from Manchester City, but to no avail, and it does go out of play for a goal kick. It was a great ball out from De Bruyne looking for Gundogan, who just peeled off the defender. I think it was Cash who just peeled off them, but goes out of play for a goal kick. Knack, I'm going for Manchester City to win 4-1. John going for 3-1, and good day to you, John. Thanks very much for tuning in. As we're already on to 41 likes, 59 likes away from 100 likes now, which is sensational. So if you're watching this and you haven't already, please do leave a thumbs up. Here's John Stones then. Nearly 8 minutes into the game. Diaz now. To Rodri. Villa putting the squeeze on very well. City have been pretty good with the ball. However, Villa have been putting the squeeze on. Maybe City's game is to tire the legs of Aston Villa. But with 5 substitutes available, it's a difficult game to play. Could be a game where opportunities are difficult to create. So that Kyle Walker opportunity 4 minutes in could be crucial in this match, even though we're at the early stages there, as City had managed to find their way in and around, which they haven't since, and haven't really looked close to doing so since either. Here's Ruben Dias now to Phil Foden, back to Diaz. There's a lot of going forward, going back, moving it sideways, going forwards, moving it back, moving it sideways. Walker, long ball forward, intercepted. Cut off the clearance by Rodri. Gundogan now to De Bruyne. Space. Shot. Wide. Now from 25, 30 yards out with a bit of space for De Bruyne on his stronger right foot. You'd be expecting him again. like Walker before to find the target. He doesn't. There's space. He's looking for the bottom corner. A steward has to duck out of the way and nearly took his head off. To rocket that from De Bruyne. The steward was ready to just dive out of the way of that one. Quite a bit wide, that, to be fair. A good couple of yards wide of the post. Disappointing from De Bruyne, I'm sure he will be. I'm sure he'll be disappointed. So Martinez sends it long from the goal kick. Nearly 10 minutes in here at Villa Park, 0-0. Header won by Manchester City. Picked off, though, by Aston Villa. They nearly have it intercepted. Here's former City man Douglas Luiz now. De Bruyne tracks well and wins the ball. Haaland brought to the ground. Gets a free kick. Wants to take it quickly. Kicked away by McGinn. Yellow card, ref. I know it's only 0-0, but he's kicking the ball away. He's stopping Manchester City to put the ball down and play the ball forward. Tell you what, if that's 10 minutes to go rather than 10 minutes in, he gets a yellow card for kicking the ball away. Anyway, here's De Bruyne. Rodri flicks that in really well. Foden's touched his arm. Referee, I think... why has the referee not brought that back for a free kick? So Foden took the touch. It bounced up and hit his arm. And his arm's out, so it would have been handball. Villa clear their lines, and the referee plays on from the clearance, which City picked up. No real advantage there for Villa, but there we go. Haaland trying to turn. Worked well here to the left-hand side, into the penalty area. Good defending by Douglas Luiz, and he mops that up. And Manchester City are going to have their first corner of the game. Was onside then, Gundogan. As Douglas Luiz intercepts and puts it out for a corner. So 11 minutes in, first corner of the game. What can City do from it? They've got De Bruyne on set-piece duty and Foden. I don't really understand why we have two players. Could have one of them in the box, really. De Bruyne sends it in. Easily headed clear by Tyrone Mings. Gundogan's set-pieces the other day looked very good against Nottingham Forest. I'd like to see him on corner-taking duty. As Bernardo Silva sends one in. Headed clear once more by Konsa this time. Another ball sent in by Manchester City. Foden slices it up towards Haaland. Martinez is going to leap high and claim that ball as his own. And Aston Villa can start thinking about launching defence into attack. And they're coming through Tyrone Mings. Works it to Lucas Digne, former Everton player. At the moment, Manchester City have had more than 100 successful passes, more than what Aston Villa have. Villa have had 14 successful passes, compared with 118 for Manchester City. The stat being shown up by Sky Sports at the moment. If you're watching Alfredos in the UK, the game's live on Sky Sports. Probably of no use to you, I apologise. Nearly an interception there by Gundogan. He just has the ball hit at his head. And out of play for a throw into Aston Villa just on the outside of their own penalty area, which Cash will take and Villa will clear their lines. Header won by Manchester City. Collected by Ollie Watkins. It's got Dias for company. He gives the ball away to Foden. Here's Dias now. Does well and finds John Stones. And City will work the ball into space. Here's Kyle Walker bringing Manchester City forward. He's got Rodri ahead of him. Uses him. Goes back to Walker. He's got the availability of Bernardo Silva to use on the right-hand side and does. As we're now 56 likes away from 100 likes. Nearly halfway there. And we're only 13 minutes into the game, which is fantastic. 100 likes is the aim, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball, which the link to that is in the description. And also in the live chat if you want to go and stay up to date with all the latest football news, transfer news, latest scores, results, statistics, live league tables. Free app to download. It's a brilliant app, so go and check that out. That would be much appreciated. Anyone that does download the OneFootball app using my link does help to support the future content created here on my channel. It does keep these videos coming for you guys. So Aston Villa managed to thread some passes together. They go long through their goalkeeper, though. It's a decent ball forward, which Stones will get there and head that back comfortably to Ederson, who will pick the ball up and roll it out to Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias puts out clear instruction to Rodri, and that is to burst forward, move that ball forward, and does it well. Walker now to De Bruyne, inside the Villa half. Cross comes in early, and Gundogan can't put his foot onto it, and it's wide. Gundogan can't believe it. Felt like he should have got onto that. De Bruyne looks up to the skies. Can't believe it. The assist master wanted another assist and probably should have had another one to his tally. Onside Ilkay Gundogan. Then it's a cracking ball, cracking run. It's just beyond him. Just beyond him. Desperately unlucky that from Manchester City. So another good opportunity goes to waste. Thoughts on Haaland's start? Not really been involved. He's dropped deep when he's needed to. He's managed to move the ball when he's needed to. No real space for him yet. Right, so we're through the first phase of the game. The first 15 minutes here at Villa Park. 0-0. Oh. Here's Ederson. Takes 2 touches. Don't know where to go. Gives it to Stones. Here's Walker now. Back to Stones. Cancelo. Just easing off at the moment. Preserving a little bit of the energy. Walker. Gives it to Bernardo. Flicks it forward towards Haaland. Intercepted by Tyrone Mings. Sent forward. Watkins picks that ball up. Misses out on the ball and is deemed to have been fouled. Not sure about that one, ref. A hot curry. It was a free kick on Watkins. It was the initial challenge, not the second one where he lost his footing. Correct decision made. I was wrong. Free kick Villa. Digne to take. Chance for them to whip something into the box. City go with the high line. Ball sent deep to the back post. Header won by Villa. Flicked on to nobody in particular. And Gundogan's going to lever that clear as far as he can. Right upfield. And Martinez will take control of that 30 yards out from his own goal. Martinez has time to think about it. Goes long. Sends it towards Walker. Digne wins the header. Flicked on and out for a throw into Manchester City. Just on the outside of our own penalty area. Which is where I'm sure Villa will be wanting the play to be. So Villa now putting the squeeze onto Manchester City. From the throw. Rodri sends it clear. Villa get a foot onto it. They can intercept, but it does go out of play for a throw into Manchester City on halfway. So their chance to put a little bit of pressure onto Manchester City and win the ball back there taken off them. Bernardo Silva takes the throw-in, goes backwards. Here's Kyle Walker now. City will look to spread the play. Move into space. John Stones picks the ball up. So just how important centre-backs are to Pep Guardiola's system and showing how important it is that they're good with their feet, that they can build up from the back. Arguably the most important position. Here is Ruben Dias now to John Stones. Kyle Walker drops into a little bit of space. Is he going to get used? I'm not too sure. Rodri now fills that gap in. He receives the ball. He wants to drive forward. Does drive forward. Uses Walker. Back to Rodri. Past halfway and City will get themselves a throw. Bernardo Silva wants to take it quick. It's not quick. And he's not going to take it either. Kyle Walker instead. De Bruyne makes a move. Haaland cannot flick it forward, but can find Gundogan. Here is Walker. No real space for anybody. Rodri getting pressed. Nearly forced into a mistake. John Stones has to move into space and the ball's moved backwards. Here's Ederson now. That's a good pass to find De Bruyne on halfway. And City can turn that into attack. Feeds it to Foden. Beats his man. Keeps it in play. tackled and kept in by Villa. And they can clear their lines. Only as far as Cancelo, though. De Bruyne now. To Cancelo. Got a bit of space. He wants to use his right foot. Shot deflected and wide and out for another corner. Cancelo looks frustrated. He did have a very split second there of space to have a snapshot if he wanted to. He chose to take the touch, then have the shot. And because of that, allowed him to be closed down. As he's looking to just improve his accuracy by taking that touch, which allowed the block to come in. 20 minutes in here at Villa Park, City doing their stupid 2 players over the corner when you know it's going to be De Bruyne taking it, and I don't understand it at all. He flicks it towards the back post, volleyed in, hit to the ground, headed clear by Aston Villa, only as far as Kyle Walker. Is he going to send it back in? He is. And it's very poor from Kyle Walker and straight out of play for a throw into Aston Villa. Right idea from City to go for the volley, but there we go. Throwing sent forward then. Flicked on. Here's De Bruyne to Walker. It's a cracking ball. Foden picks the ball up on the left-hand side. Got Cash for company. Feeds it to Rodri. There's movement from Haaland. Uses Walker instead. Poor pass from Walker. And Bernardo's not going to intercept that. Instead, he's going to foul his man. Digne it is. The poor pass from Kyle Walker led to Bernardo going to ground to try and win the ball back with an interception that, quite frankly, was never on. And clips the studs of Digne. Down he goes. Free kick given. Nothing more. 21 minutes in here at Villa Park. Aston Villa 0, Manchester City 0. As Matty Cash has gone down receiving some treatment. Be a blow for Villa. As we're now 54 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Either a thigh issue or a hamstring issue here for Cash. If it is a hamstring issue, he may need to come off. Instructions comes in from Steven Gerrard as the players see it as a good opportunity to have a drinks break. Nice time to go down and have an injury halfway through the first half. Possibly appropriately timed by Aston Villa. Get some treatment. Have a team talk. A resting of the legs. And then resume. We'll see if Cash ends up staying on or not. As to whether it's serious. As Ashley Young's been prepared to come on, so perhaps they're not using it as an opportunity to have a rest. Looks like a potential hamstring issue then. So Young is going to come on for Aston Villa. So Cash is going to come off. So play does resume here. Ball sent forward by Villa. Flicked on by Watkins. And out of play for a goal kick to Manchester City. Here's Walker then. Gives a pass to Ruben Dias. Foden. Sends it towards Haaland. Intercepted by Konsa and cleared by Villa. Only as far as Rodri. Here is Foden now. Centralises it back to Rodri. Can he find De Bruyne? De Bruyne makes the tackle. Cross comes in towards the back post. Finds Foden eventually, but he's had to go outside of the penalty area and he's currently got Matty Cash for company as he's not gone off yet. Here's De Bruyne once more. Rodri now to Foden. Rodri. Here's Cancelo now. Halfway inside the Villa half. No progress really being made by Manchester City as of yet. Diaz now going backwards to Stones. Here's Walker. Just about kept in by Bernardo Silva. He can spread the play to Diaz. And he can work it down the left-hand side. Cancelo telling the back line, push up. De Bruyne. Tries to thread it through the legs of Cash into the box. Deflects and out of play for another corner to Manchester City as Cash is limping. And Cash is shown a yellow card as well. And he's going to come off. Ashley Young's going to come on. Former Manchester United man getting booed. Hello, Mixid. Thanks very much for tuning in from the bus. I like it. I wonder if it's my first ever viewer from the bus for a live stream. Anyway, corner Manchester City. De Bruyne gives it to Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne now eventually does whip it in. Haaland can't get his head to it. Intercepted by Rodri. Gives it to Bernardo. Cancelo can whip a ball in. It's deep, too deep, and out of play for a goal kick. City, what are they appealing for there? Ruben Dias is appealing for an arm or something, I don't know. The poor ball into what it was. And remains 0-0. Not been the most fluent of first halves. So Martinez with the goal kick. Going to send it long again. As we're now 53 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video. Sponsor OneFootball, link in the description and also in the live chat. Konsa then works it backwards to Martinez. It's got Mings for company. Gives it to Mings. Getting pressed. Bursts forward. Spreads the play to Ashley Young. Just come on for Matty Cash on the right wing. Intercepted by Cancelo and out of play for a throw into Aston Villa as he steps ahead of the man to intercept there. Here's Konsa. Gives it to Martinez. He's going to send it long. Too long and out of play for a throw into Manchester City. Which is midway inside the Manchester City half. Cancelo to take. There's space for Gundogan, Rodri, Diaz. Lots of options if Cancelo wants to use it. Finds Foden, who's pushed in the back. Referee says no free kick. Up you get. Went through the back of him. All right, ref. A shirt tug there from Rodri. Villa fans not happy. Referee doesn't play an advantage. As the ball's intercepted and out of play for a throw into Aston Villa. Clear shirt pull from Rodri on Ramsey. Wearing the number 41 jersey. Here is Digne now to Ramsey. Just gives the ball away to Rodri. There's space for lots of players going forward, which gives it to Ederson. I feel like City are just taking the safe pass right now. If there's somebody in space and it's safe and it can be done, then City take that option as a long ball comes forward as Haaland collects the ball, look to try and collect the ball. Martinez does pick up the ball right on the edge of his own penalty area. Gundogan asked the question there, was he outside of his penalty area? His feet were. Good ball out from Cancelo. Haaland just couldn't get hold of it there. He was inside the box. Martinez there. Bailey then gets ahead of Cancelo, wins the ball. Bless me. Here's De Bruyne to Haaland. De Bruyne. Got Foden ahead of him. Can't find the pass. It's an excellent interception, and Villa can have the ball, and they've got the ball, and they can move the ball forward. It's a good tackle from Cancelo. A good double challenge that from Joao Cancelo. And City have got the ball now. There's a bit of space. There's a Villa player that stayed down. City play on. Down the right wing. Here's Bernardo Silva now up against Lucas Digne. He's got Watkins has tracked all the way back. Rodri sends a deep ball in. Foden picks it up. Inside the penalty area. Works it to Gundogan just on the outside of the penalty area. Haaland gives it to Rodri. Here's De Bruyne. Trying to look for a little bit of space to work some kind of ball in. Diaz now to Rodri. And City just taking the sting away. Working it backwards. Stones to Diaz. Walker's in space. Use him. 31 minutes in. 0-0 here. Here's Bernardo Silva to Kyle Walker. Going backwards. Going backwards. We are nearly at halfway now for 100 likes. So thank you everybody for that. Much appreciated. 51 to go. Here's Phil Foden. Gives the ball to Rodri. Intercepted. And Young, it's come off Young there. It has. And a throw in Manchester City. Cancelo then to take. A bit slow from Man City is what I would say here. Not been clinical when we've had their couple of opportunities. One for De Bruyne, hit wide. Gundogan stretching. Another good opportunity. Couldn't get his foot onto it. Kyle Walker with that brilliant opportunity. The best of the bunch 4 minutes in. So there's been opportunities for City. Let's send a hopeful ball forward. Martinez intercepts. Too easy, that. $50 likes. Fantastic. Halfway now to 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball, link in the description and also in the live chat. There's a screen showing Erling Haaland has not really been involved in this game too much as of yet. City haven't really found a way of getting Haaland involved. So throwing Aston Villa here. 33 minutes in at Villa Park. Aston Villa 0, Manchester City 0. Digne gives it to McGinn. Here's Ramsey. Back to McGinn. Poor pass intercepted by Rodri. Gundogan can't thread his pass through to Haaland. De Bruyne was crying for that ball then. And Martinez can pick the ball up for Aston Villa. And look to try and launch a attack for Villa. Rolls it out to Konsa. Just showing fewest touches per goal since 2010-11. And Adam Lafondra, 40 touches, is second. In first is Haaland with 12. 12 touches per goal. His job is literally just to touch, move, drop deep, create space. And when you have the ball, put it in the net. That's his job. Here is Kyle Walker then for Manchester City. To Stones. Cancelo now to Gundogan. There's space for Bernardo on the right wing. Finds him. Closed down by Digne. Here's Bernardo. Tries to find De Bruyne. Good challenge and a good tackle from Villa. City can come away with the ball, though. Here's Cancelo on the left-hand side. Cuts onto his right foot. Back onto his left. Tries to get a crossing. Doesn't beat Young. Headed back in. Foden now. Cancelo with a little bit of space. Squares it across. It's tame and straight into the arms of Martinez in goal for Aston Villa. That was well worked by Manchester City. Just not quite there with the execution. Here's Foden. Does well. Gets the ball back. Cancelo. Tackles Foden. It's good work from Erling Haaland and out of play for a throw into Aston Villa. Nil-nil here at Villa Park as we're approaching the final 10 minutes of the first half. Not been a classic, this one. Hard fought. Everything you imagine would be a difficult game from Villa Park is proving to be, well, just that. Pep Guardiola has a scratch of his head. Has a sniff of his finger. Does his head smell is what he's asking himself. Haaland does well to get a flick on. De Bruyne flips that towards Haaland and Martinez quick off his line. Gathers that up. Here is Tyrone Mings. Gives it to Konsa. Intercepted by Cancelo. Gundogan doesn't get the ball and a free kick given to Villa just inside the Manchester City half. That's how I'd summarise the first half. So another chance here for Villa to put something into the box, at least. City push right forward with their very high line. Villa have got 3 players in offside positions. It's sent deep by Young. Digne gets his head onto it after allowing it to bounce. Villa have come away with the ball, though, so they've sent the players forward. The cross can come in. Does come in and headed clear by Ruben Dias. Here is Gundogan. Can find Foden eventually. There's space here for De Bruyne. Good ball that from Gundogan. De Bruyne knocks it past Young. Challenges him. De Bruyne furious. Wants a free kick. Referee says no. And Villa can come forward. Watkins, one-on-one with John Stones. Shot comes in, deflected and wide for a corner. In what should have been a free kick for Manchester City at the other end. Nearly led to an Aston Villa goal at the other end through City, well, stopping to be played. I mean, it's 100% a free kick. Good work that from John Stones to get the block. He should have made the interception of the pass. He was keeping an eye on the player, not the ball, as he could have just intercepted it. Douglas Luiz with the corner. Sent in. Header won by Villa. Ederson should collect this. He doesn't. He fumbles and nearly in. And a free kick given to Manchester City. I don't think it crossed the line either. Nervous minute that for Manchester City. And Junaid, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Keeper should be stronger there, in my opinion. I think keepers get a little bit too much protection. I don't think that was a free kick. Brilliant defending from John Stones with the chance there for Watkins. Here is Ruben Dias for Manchester City then. That gets the Villa crowd voice going. Here is John Stones. Gives it to Diaz. Cancelo. Twists and turns. Walker now to Bernardo. Gives it to Walker. John Stones once more. Here's Ruben Dias. Cancelo. Ball played into space. Foden can't get onto the end of it. Martinez can quick off his line once more. Good goalkeeping from the Villa goalkeeper. Good goalkeeper, Martinez. So we're entering into the final 5 minutes or so of the first half here at Villa Park. 0-0. Game of not many chances. Certainly not clear-cut chances. Kyle Walker on form and it stands out, and Aston Villa's just had their best chance through Watkins, blocked very well by John Stones to send it wide of the post. Other than that, there's been some snapshots, some half opportunities, but nothing full. But here's De Bruyne now, tries to feed in Haaland, and out of play, good defending for a goal kick for a throw into Manchester City as Tyrone Mings bulldozed by Erling Haaland. Haaland has a big smile on his face. Tyrone Mings doesn't look impressed. He has a little smile and a little pull of his hair. I think Haaland and Mings are enjoying each other's company. But that's just it. You're a Premier League defender. You want to go up against the best players, the best attackers in the world to test how good you are as a defender. And that is exactly... Oh, and Haaland and Tyrone Mings get into a little scuffle with each other. Bit of shirt pulling and... Mings just chucked Haaland to the ground and he grabbed his hold of his shorts as Villa burst forward. Referees played on. Here's Ramsey now. That possible maybe a bit of frustration from Haaland's end, or is he just having a bit of fun to try and rile up the Aston Villa defender into potentially making a mistake? We'll see. Cross comes in from Villa. Diaz gets his foot onto it. Another cross comes in. Headed play by John Stones. Stones looked very solid so far, first 41 minutes. Didn't look like he got off to the best of starts in the Premier League, but as game after game, he's looked better and better. And to me, he's been brilliant for City so far, John Stones. Ball sent forward by Ashley Young. Ruben Dias should be dealing with that better. It was offside flag goes up against Watkins, but he allowed Watkins to step across him and get that ball then. And he shouldn't have. As we get an advertisement for Man City against Tottenham Hotspur. Next Saturday, same kickoff time, 5:30. No live stream. I'll be at that game next week. Looking forward to it. Should be a good one. It's a quality team in Tottenham Hotspur. Dale, 100% agree there. You want to challenge yourself as a defender. You want to go up against the best, and you don't get much better than Erling Haaland to test yourself. Needs to keep his cool. Both of them do. 3 minutes to go to half time. 0-0. John Stones collects the loose ball for Manchester City. Gives it to Ederson. Walker now. That does well. Haaland can't find the pass though. Intercepted by Lucas Digne. And Mings can give the ball back to Martinez. Is there maybe one or two more opportunities left of this first half in what has been a fairly dull encounter? Digne finds McGinn well, and it's good play from Villa, and the ball over the top comes in, and who's there to head the ball clear for City and find a City man? John Stones. Who else? Another ball comes forward. Ruben Dias now being solid at the back, intercepting for Manchester City. Here is Rodri now to De Bruyne. Gives it to Foden. Spreads it to Bernardo. Can't get hold of that and out of play for a throw-in. It's not linking up this by Manchester City so far. Villa's confidence growing. City's confidence decreasing. It should be a very good game. Looking forward to that Spurs game next week. So 1 minute to go until half time. Imagine there will be a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 minutes added on for that injury to Matty Cash where he received treatment. Other than that, hasn't really been too many minutes wasted. It's going to be a Villa throw. Both teams wanted it. Arif, hello. Thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. As we're now 47 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new around here as well. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link in the description. As Villa were offside from their good position that they were in. We're into the final minute of normal time in the first half. Cancelo then leading Manchester City forward. Stones then gives it to Ruben Dias. Foden. City going to need to be much more fluent in the second half. Don't really need me to state the obvious there. As Walker plays a diagonal ball in, headed clear by Ashley Young. And Villa can keep hold of the ball and get a ball sent forward. Diaz can intercept. Villa fans want handball. Not given. Kyle Walker can come forward. 2 minutes then it is that's added on. It will be for that Matty Cash injury. Like I said, if he hadn't had that injury, I'm not too sure there would have been anything added on. I'm sure they'd have gone for the typical 1 minute, but to me, if it was a European match, it'd have been 0 minutes because there's not really been many moments where the ball hasn't been in play. Gundogan can't find the pass after 2 Villa players came together. Mings comes out on top, gets the ball clear, flicked on. Stones will beat Ollie Watkins to the ball there. Ederson plays a comfortable pass to Rodri. Back to Stones then. So we've got around 80 seconds left of the first half. Maybe a chance for one more opportunity. Ball sent over. Cleared by Villa. Out for a City throw midway inside the Aston Villa half. As we're into the final minute of the first half now. Here is Rodri coming forward for Manchester City. There's too much on that, and Cancelo can't keep that in, and it's out of play. So, I mean, the little link-up plays have not really been there for Manchester City. It's been frustrating. The players look frustrated. I think we just need half-time, regroup, and go out again in the second half and be better. I mean, first 20 minutes, City were linking up pretty well, looked very good, looked pretty comfortable in possession. When we wanted to come forward, though, we haven't scored our opportunities. Villa have grown into the game, and from there, we haven't looked as good. Here's De Bruyne, works it into space. 30 seconds or so to go. Brilliant tackle from Digne on Bernardo Silva. Finds the space. Gundogan looks for the interception on Douglas Luiz. Doesn't get it. And Villa can keep hold of the ball. Maybe Villa can have a spread the play and maybe work an opportunity into the box. Although Douglas Luiz miscontrols that. And that will probably take us to half-time. As Man City don't look like they're in much of a rush here with the throw. And that will be half-time here at Villa Park. So it is Aston Villa 0, Manchester City 0 in what has been a half of a few opportunities and been, well, pretty frustrating is how I would say. City have looked pretty good defensively, made the blocks when they've needed to, made the interceptions when they've needed to, look pretty good in the air as well. Villa do have the threats on the counter-attack with the pace. Players like Leon Bailey and Ollie Watkins have got the pace there to cause Manchester City problems. I think Man City struggling with the midfield that's been stacked by Aston Villa. So players like Ramsey, McGinn, Douglas Luiz, of course, as well. Causing problems for Manchester City. So City just struggling to have that link-up play and just some miscontrolled passes here and there have meant that it hasn't linked up as well for Manchester City as what you probably would be hoping. Man City made to rue a couple of really good opportunities. De Bruyne having a flash shot wide. Kyle Walker missing a very good opportunity after 4 minutes, putting it wide and high as well. What was a really good position where he should have gone across the goalkeeper. It looked like he was in two minds whether to square it or have a shot, and in the end he just had a shot and took his eyes off the prize. Also a very good opportunity as well. Cancelo saw a shot blocked that went wide. It's been half opportunities, really. We've not really found a way to get Haaland involved in this game as of yet, and that's something we need to work on in the second half, because if we're not getting Haaland involved, then Manchester City don't look as strong. It's pretty much as simple as that. So I'm going to head over to today's video sponsor, which is OneFootball.
This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date.
So thank you very much there to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. If you want to go and check them out, then the link is in the description and also in the live chat. Anyone that does download OneFootball using my link does help support the future content created here on my channel. Just keep these videos coming for you guys. And if I haven't mentioned already, the app is free. So don't forget to leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. We're now more than halfway towards my like goal of 100 likes. We need 46 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Social media links in the description below and also on the yellow banner too. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too. And on the yellow banner if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. So we're on to the OneFootball app. We're going to have a look at the stats at half time, which shows Manchester City having 70% possession, Aston Villa with 30% possession, 50% of duels won by both teams at the moment. Aerial duels won, Manchester City have won 62.5% of their aerial duels compared with 37.5% won by Aston Villa. 2 offsides for Villa, none for Manchester City. City have had more corners, 3-1. In terms of attacking stats, Villa with 1 shot, none on target. City with 4 shots, none on target. Neither keepers had any saves to make. There have been half opportunities, got into good positions and then messed them up has pretty much been it. It's been a match that's had defence on display rather than attack, and City got one of the best strikers in the world, if not the best striker in the world right now in Erling Haaland, and not found a way to get him involved in this game at all. 1 block shot for Villa, 2 for Manchester City. No shots onto the woodwork. 1 shot inside the box for Villa, 2 for Manchester City, and 2 outside the box and none for Aston Villa. So the defensive stats, 8 tackles for Villa at a tackle completion rate of 50%. Manchester City with 5 tackles at a tackle completion rate of 60%. 5 clearances for Villa, 6 for Manchester City, 3 interceptions apiece. It's not often that Manchester City have more clearances and interceptions than the other team, and we're having by far more possession than them as well. Villa with 153 passes with a pass completion rate of 71%. Manchester City with 378 passes at a pass completion rate of 88% now. So far this season, Man City's pass completion rate has always been above 90%, so it has dropped. That shows it's just not linking up. Villa forcing the issue and maybe a little bit of frustration from Manchester City towards the end of the half. So I think half-time has come at a good point here for City to try and sort that out. At some point in the game, City will resort to crossing balls into the box because at the moment we've only put 7 balls into the box and connected with none of them. Villa have attempted 5 into the box and connected with none of them. In terms of discipline, 2 fouls for Villa, 3 for Manchester City, 1 yellow card, and that has gone to Matty Cash, who has come off for Ashley Young in what has been a game of very few opportunities. So I do have some half-time entertainment for you guys to enjoy. It is brought to you by my partner channel, Mixed once more. This is him when he was celebrating World Gin Day by making a G&T. Enjoy.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another cocktail video. And today's cocktail, guys, is a simple G&T. So what I'll be using is a Botanist gin, making a Botanist gin and tonic. Simple as that. So let's make a gin and tonic. It's really simple. So get your gin glass and fill it up with ice. So next, we're putting in our lime wheels. So just squeeze them in, simple as that. So what we're doing now is adding 60ml or 2 ounces of Botanis dry gin. So now all you do is top up your tonic water. Fever Tree is my choice because I really recommend it. It says never let me down this. And as simple as that, 1 gin and tonic. How does it taste? The Botanis gin and tonic. Really, really nice. Gotta say, Fever Tree is a brilliant brand, and so is Botanis. That's a really nice G&T. Really recommend it. It's nice and crisp. It's beautiful. Just what G&Ts are made for. That absolutely refreshing. I really recommend it for a summer drink as well. Gin and tonic. Just can't go wrong. It's simple but effective. Beautiful quality gin, quality tonic water. What can go wrong? Because if I was to give it a rating, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. That's really, really nice. It's just absolutely beautiful. Taste of Scotland, that. So I've been Mixed. This has been the Botanis Gin and Tonic. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed for more cocktail videos like this. And I will see you guys in my next cocktail video. Cheers.
Thank you very much there to Mixed for providing today's halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy. His link is in the description if you want to go and subscribe to him and our other partner channels as well. That would be much appreciated, as we are now 44 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be great. If you haven't left a thumbs up already, then that would be great. DJ, yeah, Mr. Super Mixed Sid. Got to love him. Right, we're going to go around the grounds and have a look at the full-time scores from the early kickoff and, of course, the 3 p.m. kickoffs in the UK as well. So we're going to start in the Premier League. We have the Merseyside derby finished Everton 0, Liverpool 0. In the 3 o'clock kickoffs, it finished Brentford 5, Leeds United 2, Chelsea 2, West Ham United 1, Newcastle United 0, Crystal Palace 0, Nottingham Forest 2, AFC Bournemouth 3, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Fulham 1, and Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Southampton 0. In this game, it's currently 0-0, of course, at half-time. In the Championship, it's finished Blackburn 2, Bristol City 3, Luton Town 1, Wigan Athletic 2, Millwall 2, Cardiff City 0, Norwich City 3, Coventry City 0, Preston North End 0, Birmingham City 1, Rotherham United 1, Watford 1, and Swansea City 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0. Into League 1, Accrington Stanley 0, Ipswich Town 2, Bolton Wanderers 3, Charlton Athletic 1, Bristol Rovers 2, Morecambe 2, Cambridge United 2, Lincoln City 0, Derby County 2, Plymouth 3, Exeter City 1, Milton Keynes Dons 0, Fleetwood Town 1, Wycombe Wanderers 1, Forest Green Rovers 0, Shrewsbury Town 2, Oxford United 2, Burton Albion 1, Port Vale 2, Cheltenham Town 2, Portsmouth 2, Peterborough United 1, and Sheffield Wednesday 0, Barnsley 2. In League 2, Bradford City 2, Walsall 1, Carlisle 3, Rochdale 3, Colchester United 1, Hartlepool 1, Crewe 1, Stevenage 2, Doncaster 1, Mansfield 3, Gillingham 0, Swindon 0, Leyton Orient 2, Tranmere Rovers 0, Newport County 0, Grimsby Town 2, Northampton 3, Barrow 1, Salford City 2, Crawley 2, Stockport County 1, AFC Wimbledon 0, and Sutton United 2, Harrogate Town 1. Heading north of the border in Scotland, the Old Firm early kickoff, Celtic 4, Rangers 0, Hibernian 1, Kilmarnock 0, Livingston 1, Hearts of Midlothian 0, Motherwell 0, Dundee United 0, Ross County 1, Aberdeen 1, and St Johnstone 3, St Mirren 0. Scottish Championship, Arbroath 0, Partick Thistle 2, Cove Rangers 2, Hamilton Academical 2, Dundee 3, Queen's Park 0, Morton 1, Ayr United 2, and Raith Rovers 0, Inverness Caledonian Thistle 2. In Scottish League 1, Edronians 0, FC Edinburgh 6, Clyde 2, Alloa Athletic 4, Kelty Hearts 2, Falkirk 0, Peterhead 0, Montrose 2, and Queen of the South 0, Dunfermline Athletic 2. Moving on to the Scottish League 2, Annan Athletic 2, Forfar Athletic 1, East Fife 0, Dumbarton 1, Elgin City 2, Bonnyrigg Rose 0, Stenhousemuir 3, Stranraer 1, and Stirling Albion 1, Albion Rovers 1. In the Women's World Cup qualifiers, Turkey women's side 0, Germany women's side 3, and Austria women's side 0, England women's side 2. In Spain, La Liga, Mallorca 1, Girona 1, and Real Madrid 2, Real Betis 1 are full-time scores. Half-time, Sociedad 0, Atletico Madrid 1. And 8 p.m. kickoff, you've got Sevilla taking on Barcelona. Sevilla, Man City's opponents, of course, on Tuesday night in the Champions League. In Bundesliga, finished Union Berlin 1, Bayern Munich 1, Bayer Leverkusen 2, Freiburg 3, Stuttgart 1, Schalke 1, Bochum 0, Werder Bremen 2, and Wolfsburg 2, Köln 4. Currently half-time, Frankfurt 2, Leipzig 0. Serie A, Fiorentina 1, Juventus 1 is a full-time score. We've got the Milan derby going on right now in the 72nd minute, entertaining game. AC Milan 3, Inter Milan 2. And at 7:45 p.m. BST, you've got Lazio taking on Napoli. In France, it's finished Auxerre 0, Marseille 2. Currently in the 31st minute, Lyon 0, Angers 0. And you've got Nantes taking on Paris Saint-Germain at 8 p.m. In the Eredivisie, it's finished Ajax 4, Cambuur 0. It's currently FC Twente 2, PSV Eindhoven 0 in the 43rd minute. At 7 p.m, you've got Sparta Rotterdam taking on Volendam. And then at 8 p.m, you've got Go Ahead Eagles taking on Feyenoord. Moving on to the National League in England, finished Aldershot Town 3, Barnet 1, Bromley 2, Eastleigh 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 0, Notts County 5, Dorking Wanderers 0, Wrexham 5, Gateshead 4, Maidstone United 1, Maidenhead United 1, Halifax Town 1, Oldham Athletic 0, Chesterfield 2, Scunthorpe 0, Boreham Wood 2, Solihull Moors 5, Altrincham 1, Southend 1, Torquay 2, and Yeovil 0, York City 1. In the National League North, AFC Fylde 3, Telford 1, Alfreton 1, Hereford 1, Banbury United 3, Southport 1, Buxton 2, Kettering Town 2, Chester 3, Kingsland Town 3, Chorley 0, Brackley 0, Darlington 3, Boston United 2, Bardsley Celtic 2, Scarborough Athletic 4, Gloucester City 0, Curzon Ashton 3, Kidderminster Harriers 4, Spennymoor Town 1, Leaming 1, Bradford Park Avenue 0, and Peterborough Sports 4, Blythe Spartans 0. And lastly, we've got the National League South, Chelmsford 3, Haverton Waterlooville 4, Chestnut 0, Farnborough 1, Chipham Town 2, Dartford 1, Concord Rangers 1, Braintree 3, Eastbourne Borough 3, Dover Athletic 1, Ebbsfleet 3, Bath City 1, Hungerford Town 0, Taunton Town 1, Slough 2, Hampton and Richmond 1, St Albans 0, Worthing 1, Tunbridge Angels 3, Dulwich Hamlet 1, Welling 5, Oxford City 0, and Weymouth 0, Hemel Hempstead Town 0. And lastly, in Portugal, it also has finished Sporting Braga 1, Victor Guimarães 0. And at 8:30 p.m, BST, you've got Gil Vicente taking on FC Porto. As we do have kickoff here for the second half of this game. Manchester City attacking from left to right and Aston Villa attacking from right to left. Doesn't look like any changes have been made for the second half. So intriguing to see how the teams get along with what's going to be different in their approach for the second half. Dad informs me Hyde 1, Radcliffe 1. Here's Foden with a heavy touch, tackled and out for a throw-in to Aston Villa. More like a City throw-in, but there we go. As we are now 43 likes away from 100 likes. Let's get them likes up, everybody. If you're watching this, you haven't already, please leave a thumbs up. Whew. So here is Rodri taking control of the loose ball. Gives it to De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva now. De Bruyne moves into space, but he stops making the run. And Mings is going to let that roll out for a goal kick to Aston Villa. A big second half coming up for both teams here at opposite ends of the table, even at this early stage. Especially at this early stage. While player fatigue isn't really an issue, a great opportunity to put in a shift, put in a really good performance, show why you should be starting games. Get them points in early, ease the pressure on your team. And that applies to both teams at opposite ends of the table. Villa will want to get clear of that relegation zone, and Man City will want to start getting clear at the top of the Premier League table if we can, and start doing that ASAP whilst teams around us are dropping points other than Arsenal at the moment. So, well worth this from Aston Villa. Mings gives it to Konsa. Foden tries to apply a bit of pressure. Sent forward by Villa. Should be dealt with, and I think a throw-in's given rather than a free kick with Ruben Dias. He's pointing to the throw. After the Villa fans weren't happy, felt like Ruben Dias was wrestling Leon Bailey. Had both his arms around his chest there. I just think Ruben Dias was more physical there. As a ball sent to Douglas Luiz. Hasn't really got anywhere to send that ball. Hits the outside of his foot and out of play for a goal kick to Manchester City. So, 3 minutes into the second half, and currently still 0-0. Nothing of note has happened. You will be surprised to hear. Bulk, hello. Thank you very much for tuning in. Broken, thanks very much for tuning in. Jack Grealish might just be what's needed in this game, maybe. Junaid, I agree. Our passes have been pretty poor. And Jittia, Bernardo Silva still remains onto the pitch. Are you thinking maybe being a bit ineffective on the right wing? The potential to possibly bring Foden in on the right wing and bring either Grealish or Alvarez or even Mahrez go on the right wing could be an option from the bench for Manchester City. Not short today of options in attack, as Cancelo does well to poke the ball through Leon Bailey's legs and then has to put a bit of a sprint on to keep hold of the ball as he wasn't going anywhere and just going backwards. Here is Rodri for Manchester City now, currently out on the left wing. Why he's out on the left wing, I do not know. John Stones now gives it to Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side. Here's De Bruyne, back to Bernardo. No real movement up top from City as of yet. De Bruyne gets it. Cross comes in, and Haaland! Oh, he does what Erling Haaland does! He just pops up and puts a ball into the back of the net and makes it 1-0 Manchester City. Erling Haaland has done literally nothing in this game, but he has scored a goal, and it's 1-0 Manchester City. And it's Erling brought Haaland with the goal and the assist for King Kevin De Bruyne. Good link-up play between Bernardo and De Bruyne on the right-hand side. Perfectly onside. Keeper couldn't deal with with the cross from De Bruyne. It was so good, it was wicked. Could have been a cross-come shot, I think he was worried about. And it's just followed in by Erling Haaland at the back post for an easy as you like drift-in tap-in. Erling Haaland rises up and does what Erling Haaland does. Puts the ball into the back of the net when he gets that opportunity. 1-0 Manchester City lead in the 50th minute. Now we need to keep pushing. Get that killer second. Here's Bernardo. Gives it to Kyle Walker. As Erling Haaland equals Mickey Quinn in the first 6 appearances to score the most goals. He's on 10. Aguero got 8. And of course, last 2 games has scored hat-tricks, back-to-back hat-tricks. Can he make it a hat-trick of hat-tricks? That is the question. First goal comes with his left foot. Got a perfect hat-trick in his last game. Mings under pressure from Kevin De Bruyne. Does well. Digne dinks it past to McGinn. McGinn has to work it backwards. Douglas Luiz picks the ball up. Works it out to the right-hand side. Ashley Young inside the Manchester City half. Villa trying to push forward. Oh, it's offside from Villa. Poor. Erling smiling at his chant being done there as a little remix of the Yaya Kolo song with Erling and Alfie. Very inventive. Here is Cancelo. It's nice to have an adaptation of players that are with City. We have a lot of chance for former players that get used regularly. Zabaleta, Yaya Kolo are just some. There's a ball from deep from De Bruyne. Tries to find Foden. Young gets his head onto it. Flicked on and out for a throw into Manchester City. So nice to see a little adaptation of the chant. It'd be nice to get some really creative chants out there. I miss the likes of Balotelli's chant and Zabaleta's chants. These are original chants, top quality chants. That's going to stay in play. And now it's out for play for a throw into Manchester City. 10 goals in 6, of course, for Erling Haaland. As we're now 40 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball, link in the description. And also in the live chat. Here comes De Bruyne now. To Bernardo. Puts it back to KDB. Looks for space. Finds Stones in space, but going backwards. City have got something to rest on now. Does mean Villa have to come forward and they have to find that goal. Poor pass from City and cut off by Villa eventually. Mings sends it long, very long. Stones, so good, deals with it. It's like a rock at the back today. Gives it to De Bruyne. Here is Rodri now to Cancelo. Takes it in his stride. Centralises himself. He's got Foden to his left. He uses Foden. Foden goes early with his cross towards Haaland. Can't get onto it. And it's put out of play for what I thought was going to be a corner to Manchester City. But I think there's a free kick being given against Haaland. I think a free kick's being given against Haaland. I mean, the ball was there to be won. It's such a good cross from Kevin De Bruyne for the goal. Such a good cross. Something to think about definitely there for Steven Gerrard and Aston Villa. As it is, 36 minutes remaining of this game. And City are 1 up. Diaz to Gundogan somehow. Haaland holds it up and makes a pass. Here's Diaz to Cancelo. City's slowing this down, switching the play. Great ball to Bernardo's chest from Cancelo. Walker gives it to Rodri. More space out wide if City want to use it. And they do. They get it to Foden. Young stretched and out of position. City work it backwards though. Here is John Stones. Foden now for Manchester City. He's starting to look a lot sharper than what he did at the beginning of the season. Cancelo tried to find the pass towards De Bruyne. He apologises there. De Bruyne, I think he felt like he should have made the run and he held the position as Watkins and Stones are going toe for toe. Stones gets there ahead of Watkins and I think Stones has got a free kick. Much to the annoyance of the Villa fans. But he gets there ahead of Watkins and then goes down. Similar to the Haaland challenge that City didn't get a corner for. Yeah, went to challenge for the ball, missed it, got the man, goes down, free kick. Done and dusted. Here is Ruben Dias then for Manchester City. To Kyle Walker. We're becoming a one-player team with Erling Haaland, it seems. Soaking and absorbing then goals for Manchester City. Here is Ederson for Manchester City now. Not really had much to do. Sends it long and out of play. Was looking for Foden. Out for a throw instead. Nearly on the hour mark. Aston Villa 0, Manchester City 1. Konsa works the ball back to Martinez. Clears his lines. Only as far as Rodri. Header 1. Young will win that second ball and give it back to Konsa. He'll go long this time. Header should be won by Manchester City and is. And this time the second ball won by Manchester City. And Rodri does well to keep hold of the ball. Good ball retention that from Rodri. Kyle Walker now to Bernardo Silva. Gives it to Rodri. He's dispossessed. And Villa have got 2 forward here. John Stones is stretched. Worked. And it's brilliant goalkeeping from Ederson. Ramsey it was with a heavy touch. A very heavy touch there from Jacob Ramsey. Allowed Ederson to come in and make the interception. A well-timed pass. That was a real opportunity for Villa and still not managed to muster up an effort on goal with it. Good goalkeeping that from Ederson, and Man City can bring the ball forward. Here is Cancelo. It was Rodri that was caught in possession. Cancelo caught in possession this time. Tyrone Mings a step ahead of Erling Haaland and wins the ball back. Villa looking motivated. City needs to just keep the heads here. Here's Leon Bailey into the penalty area. Diaz for company and Cancelo twisting and turning. Gets it out wide to Douglas Luiz. Cross in position. Cross comes in. And a fist from Ederson. Shot comes in and it's wide from Aston Villa. Leon Bailey it was with the effort. Villa fans like this, the more encouraged they're having a go at Manchester City. Good evening, Mixin. Glad to hear you are back. I don't think you've enjoyed yourself today. Finally see a goal at Deepdale, but it's not for the right team. Definitely got to be the title of the vlog. Finally see a goal at Deepdale, ... But it's for the wrong team. Ramsey's touch is too heavy. Good goalkeeping from Ederson. Good pass from Watkins to find Ramsey, and his touch lets him down. Here is Walker. To Bernardo. Back to Kyle Walker. City ahead, but still plenty to think about. That threat definitely still there from Villa. I'm glad you like it, as we're now 40 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Here's Walker for Manchester City. Gives it back to Bernardo. Back to Walker. Instructs where he wants Rodri to play that pass. Finds De Bruyne. Rodri's not had the best of games today, has he? Here's De Bruyne now. To John Stones. As we're through the hour mark here. 1-0 Manchester City lead. John Stones gives it to Ruben Dias. That's going to be a free kick for Manchester City. Ashley Young not happy. Tells the referee what he thinks of that decision. City can continue with the ball. Here is Ruben Dias then. Gives the ball to Kyle Walker. City can try and push themselves forward. Bernardo Silva collects the ball. It's going to go backwards. Yep, to Kyle Walker once more. There's been a lot of backwards passing. De Bruyne with a beautiful flick forward to Bernardo. Beautiful pass to De Bruyne and good defending from Tyrone Mings and puts it out for a corner to Manchester City. Villa just got to be ever so careful not to give us too much space, because if City find themselves in a little bit of space and they have an opportunity to make it 2 and it does go 2, you feel like this game's beyond them. So a corner here for Manchester City and a bit of defending for Villa to do. Haaland forward. Gundogan forward. Rodri forward. Diaz forward. Stones forward. Foden runs over the ball. De Bruyne moves the ball in. Ball's pinging around. Stones wants to have a touch. He's tackled. And Villa don't know where to put the ball. In the end, just clears off Ruben Dias and out for a goal kick. I think Villa will take that. Thoughts on Brentford's win? Excellent win for them, as we're now 39 likes away from 100 likes. Coutinho warming up on the bench. See Jack Grealish warming up for Manchester City. So is Nathan Ake. Are we going to get the Jack Grealish derby? That is the question. Ivan Toney's a decent player. Is Tyrone Mings then? Don't know where to go. He's going to have to clear his lines, and does, and not very well, and City can collect that ball. Here is Kyle Walker now to Bernardo Silva. He's forced backwards all the way to Ederson, and City can stretch that pitch. And that's good work from Bernardo. Not a real fan of always going backwards, but then it was very important we went backwards because it keeps hold of the ball retention for Manchester City. He had no suitable passes on. It'd be a risky pass. He'd more than likely end up losing possession, and decided what's the best way of Man City keeping hold of possession, a hard pass backwards to the keeper, and we can find some space and work from the back again. As I said in the first half, it shows how important it is the centre-backs for Manchester City with their ball retention and their ball movement. Stones, Walker and Diaz have kind of occupied that space as Cancelo's been moving into the middle to help out Rodri. As the ball comes forward, Haaland gets a good touch on it. Not the greatest of passes. I think that was meant for De Bruyne, but he finds Bernardo, as Bernardo just drives in, and Haaland picks up the ball, and a shot comes in, and it's saved from the legs of Martinez. Real opportunity that for Manchester City. Here is Bernardo, left-hand side. Cross comes in. Haaland can't get on the end of it. De Bruyne in the penalty area still. Turns, cross, in. Headed clear well. De Bruyne flicks it back in. Ming gets it headed clear. Back against the wall here for Aston Villa. Digne wants to buy a free kick and gets a free kick. De Bruyne gives a wag of his finger saying, I've not touched Digne there. Real opportunity that for Manchester City, and Erling Haaland gets a shot. Trying to look for under the legs of Martinez, going low, going hard. Makes a good save. Weren't the greatest of passes from Haaland. Finds Bernardo. Drives forward. Falls lucky to Haaland. He does very well to get a shot away. And it's a very good save because he's on his stronger left foot. Very good save. As it is, remains 1-0. As Aston Villa make their second substitution of the game. And it's McGinn. Scottish international comes off. Brazilian international Philippe Coutinho comes on, former Liverpool man. Here's Kyle Walker. Gives it to Bernardo. Kyle Walker levers that one clear. Mings slices it. De Bruyne doesn't really get a touch onto it, but Haaland gets the pass forward. Gundogan, can he find Haaland? He can. Haaland turns, goes down, and gets a free kick in a very good area for Manchester City. Mings cannot believe it. Haaland has a little smile on his face, looks up to the air. Protects himself between the ball. Is there anything in that? Did he touch him? There's not much in that, if I'm honest. I think Aston Villa will feel very aggrieved if Man City score off this. Douglas Luiz can't believe it. Gets a comforting hug from Erling Haaland. This is a brilliant position for a free kick for Man City. Almost a little bit too close to get it up and over the wall, but this is Kevin De Bruyne we're talking about. One of the best in the world. Good position this for City in the 67th minute. Currently leading here at Villa Park by 1-0. Gundogan in discussions with Kevin De Bruyne. We're right on the edge of the D, very centre to goal. 5-man wall offered by Villa. City have got a 3-man wall in, so I've got a feeling De Bruyne is going to go right through the wall here. Anyway, let's see what happens. De Bruyne. Crossbar! Crossbar and over. I said he's going to struggle to get it up and over and down in time with it being so close. 20, 21 yards out. He goes up and not enough bend to bring it back down. It's onto the top of the crossbar and over the top for a goal kick. Good effort that from De Bruyne. Unlucky. But it's not that killer second goal that we're looking for. As it is, still got 23 minutes remaining of normal time, plus whatever's to be added on here at Villa Park, with Manchester City leading by 1-0. So if you are enjoying the content, please leave a thumbs up. We're 39 likes away from my target of 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link in the description and also in the live chat. OneFootball will keep you up to date with all the latest football news, transfer news, the latest scores, results, statistics, live league tables, and all your good footballing needs. OneFootball's kept you up to date with everything that's happened in this video so far. It's a free app to download, so go and check it out. De Bruyne bursting forward for City. Haaland, right foot. Good save from Martinez. Here's Bernardo Silva. Oh, it's a cracking pass to Rodri. De Bruyne takes it off Rodri's feet. Here's Walker to Bernardo. No movement from the City players. Gundogan, De Bruyne, Haaland, all stood still. We have to go backwards. Here's Rodri. Foden wants it on the left. Cancelo playing defensive midfield at the moment. Gives it to Ruben Dias. Back to Cancelo. De Bruyne has moved over to the left-hand side. Foden, has made the run. Gets there. It's a deep ball. Bernardo's there. Heads it back across and it's cleared by, I think it's cleared by Coutinho, who's in the right place there to help out Aston Villa. Obviously not known for his defending, as we're now 38 likes away from 100 likes. Here is Foden. Gives it to Cancelo. Back to Foden. Started with Tango, went to Capri Sun, now we're on Oasis. They're all orange and citrus flavoured fruits, is what they all have in common. Here is Cancelo. Gives it to Walker, who centralised himself inside the Aston Villa half. Nearly into the 70th minute. Here is Bernardo Silva. Gives it to Rodri. Walker. It's miscontrol, but he'll keep it in. Back to Rodri. Back to Walker. Lots of exchanges of passes between Walker and Rodri there. Before John Stones picks the ball up, he'll move it to Cancelo. He'll give it to Rodri, who will go for the pass to Ruben Dias. He'll move the ball very nicely to Walker. That's fabulous play from Manchester City. Walker does very well to keep hold of the ball. It's not the greatest of passes to Foden. Instead, it's picked up by De Bruyne, who has a shot, and it's blocked by Erling Haaland, his own man. Young under pressure from Foden, wins the header. De Bruyne then wins the header. Here is Haaland, gives it to De Bruyne, and it's wide. Another missed opportunity for Manchester City to kill this game off. Yet it hasn't been killed off. Good play that from Manchester City. We're now 36 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. I tell you, if we drop points, I'm not going to be happy. We have plenty of opportunities here in the second half to kill this game off. Haaland had his right-footed effort saved by Martinez. The low effort that was low and saved well by Martinez's legs. De Bruyne has just had an opportunity. We've hit the crossbar. The opportunities have been there for Manchester City, but the game is not over. Remains 1-0. Digne went right through Bernardo Silva with a stamp that Sky Sports will just show him. And he's gone into the book for that, Lucas Digne. Correct decision, in my opinion. Here is John Stones. Gives it to Kyle Walker. Back to John Stones. Walker. Finds Rodri. Gives it to Bernardo. That's brilliant from Bernardo. He's so good. He's tackled. And a free kick given to Manchester City. Villa fans unhappy once more. Another decision goes against them. Problem is, Ramsey doesn't take the ball. That's why a free kick's given. Sorry, Kamara, not Ramsey. As Man City make their first sub of the game, and it's Bernardo, who's had a brilliant game. Comes off. And Riyad Mahrez comes on. As we're now 35 likes away from 100 likes. Here's John Stones. To Diaz. Instructed just to give it back to Ederson. And Ederson levers this. Towards Mahrez. Headed back to Martinez. And he can pick the ball up from Digne. Thumbs up there from Martinez. Appreciates the defending and picks the ball up. And Villa can have the ball back. Looked like Kyle Walker done a little shove in the back there. Nothing given, and City can clear the ball. Kamara now can send a long ball forward. Header won by Cancelo. John Stones can win the second ball. Rodri doesn't win the next one, and Ramsey can pick that ball up and sends it across. 1-1! Man City punished. It's Leon Bailey. Man City haven't put their opportunities away. That one opportunity, their first shot on target, 1-1. I said we're going to get punished for not putting our opportunities away. And there it is. Why are the Villa players looking so concerned? Nothing offside. Poor from Manchester City. Just not keeping it in the air. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Squared back across, and Bailey's there with a cracking finish. City just caught napping. The cracking finish. 1-1. Hit the crossbar. De Bruyne hitting it wide. The Kyle Walker missed opportunity in the first half. The opportunities have been there for Manchester City. They've just not taken them. And they've been punished. 15 minutes remaining. Right, leave a thumbs up if you are enjoying the video. 34 likes to go to 100 likes. Any help to us, that would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video. Sponsor One Football, link in the description. Also in the live chat. Here's Rodri there. Man City's still got plenty of time left in the game to get something. Can't really afford to be dropping points here, though. If I'm honest. This, to me, is games we should be winning. And if you want to win Premier League, these are games you've got to be winning, going against 19th place in the Premier League. De Bruyne not tracking his man on the goal there, just walking back. It's so difficult for Ederson because he doesn't have many. Like, if you're a goalkeeper that faces shots minute after minute. So, for example, I mean, another timely injury here for Martinez this time, so they can have a little drinks break and a rest and a little talk about what they've seen. But Pickford's a great example because he was facing shot and shot and shot. That he's warmed up, he's used to efforts coming in onto his goal. That once you make 2 or 3 saves, you start to get into rhythm. Whereas with Ederson, it's difficult because teams don't have 3 shots in a row against Manchester City. You're lucky to have 3 shots on target in the whole game against Manchester City, never mind in quick succession. So when shots do come in, it's so difficult. And what people will look at is they'll look at the fact that Aston Villa have had 1 shot on target. They've done near enough nothing all game other than a heavy touch, which Ederson did some good goalkeeping on. But as Dale says there, it's just City caught napping, a good ball played across from Ramsey, the pace is there, and it's levered in by Bailey. He makes clean connection onto it. It's the pace that takes it away from the keeper. It doesn't need to be in the corner because when you've got an effort that's coming in so quick, to get a hand onto it, there's no guarantees that you tip it over the bar even if you get anything onto it. You're going to struggle to change the direction. It's going that quick. But I'm not so angry about the goal. I predicted both teams to score. I could see Aston Villa, with how they like to play and how Man City like to play, that they're more than likely going to find a goal. I'm not expecting Aston Villa to go out there and score 3 or 4 goals like what Newcastle did against us. However, I'm expecting them to score at least a goal, maybe even 2 goals like they did at the Etihad, which means Man City have to have their clinical shooting boots on to win the games against Aston Villa. We've got one, fabulous, but we've not pushed on from there. And we've missed our opportunities as Villa are into the penalty area. Squared across, dealt with well by Ruben Dias. Rodri now moves the ball forward. Ashley Young takes control of the ball. He's got Foden for company. Young does well. Gives it back to Martinez. I think City just needs to find a way of getting back involved in the game because at the moment, since they scored in the 75th minute, we're now 4 minutes later and nothing's happened. That's 4 minutes wasted of doing absolutely nothing other than Aston Villa wanting to get forward and the fans now getting on the back of Manchester City as Ollie Watkins gets into a good position. He's should have been dispossessed. Coutinho takes control of the ball and the offside flag does eventually go up. That's a cracking finish from, was it Coutinho? It weren't offside, Coutinho, but because the whistle's gone, they have to stop playing, so that goal's not going to count. Whereas if they'd not blown the whistle and VAR had a look at that, that might have counted. Kyle Walker goes off and Nathan Ake comes on. Making a defensive substitution. Well, it's 1-1, 10 minutes remaining. Well, there we go. I think City's got away with that one from Coutinho then. It wasn't offside. And the referee's blown his whistle. Yet the rule is not to blow your whistle and let play continue because it's not gone forward to the next phase of play, even though the pass weren't meant for Coutinho. It went to Coutinho, but he never passed it to anybody. He took a couple of touches and then put the ball in off the underside of the crossbar. City have got away with that one then. Need to sort it out. Get their heads in the game. Here's John Stones. Gives it to Nathan Ake inside the Aston Villa half. Gundogan now to Cancelo. Here's Nathan Ake. Steven Gerrard, the more animated of the two managers right now. Ruben Dias now. I think there's going to be opportunities for both teams in the last 10 minutes. It should go either way. Here's Ruben Dias now for Manchester City. Spreads it towards the left-hand side. Ashley Young's going to let that one run out and out of play for a throw into Villa. As we're now 33 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that will be great. So throwing comes in from Villa. Rodri gets his head onto it. Mahrez takes control of it. Mahrez has done literally nothing since coming on. I've forgotten that he was on the pitch. Stones picks the ball up for Manchester City then. Nothing on at the mo. Gives it to Rodri. Back to Stones. Rodri. Gundogan wants to make a move. He spreads it towards Foden. Young intercepts. Gundogan can't get hold of that, and Villa can, so they'll clear their lines here. It's a cracking ball forward, but Diaz will get his head onto it. Douglas Luiz and a combination of him and Leon Bailey will keep the ball in play. Kamara spreads the play towards Coutinho. He'll do well to keep it in. He does, but the ball's slightly behind Digne, so he's going to have to go backwards towards Martinez. Here's Martinez then, being pressed by Haaland, goes forward. That's a cracking ball forward, and a cracking bit of control there from Ollie Watkins means that Douglas Luiz can have control of the ball inside the City half. Good interception that from Joao Cancelo, and he's fouled. Referee's playing on. Cancelo looks hurt. Not happy there, Cancelo. I think he's going to get back up. He looks all right. I think he's just not happy with the challenge. Here's Mahrez. 7 minutes remaining here. What can Man City salvage from the game? At the moment, on course for a point, but just a point from a game they should have won. This game should have been dead and buried, really. Gundogan gives it to Haaland. Gundogan finds Foden. Not a good pass from Foden. De Bruyne sticks his leg out, and it's a free kick for Aston Villa. I said before the game, Aston Villa were 100% playing up for this game. So everything that I thought would happen has happened in this game. It's just very frustrating that we're back to that old City haven't put their opportunities away. They put one of them away. They should really have had at least 3. And punished because of it. 6 minutes remaining then. 1-1. Ake wins the header as the ball sent forward. Haaland gives it to Gundogan. Gundogan just takes it upfield and intercepted and played back by Digne to Martinez. Not a good ball from Martinez. Headed clear by Mahrez. Mahrez gets a touch on it as well, and Rodri can eventually hoof that ball clear. Headed clear by Aston Villa. They win that second ball, and they win the third ball as well. They get control of the ball, and Diaz claims he's got the ball and gets a throw in there. Good defending that from Ruben Dias. Here's John Stones for Manchester City. Tells Mahrez, make the run, go forward. Plays the pass. Here's Mahrez. Wants to cut inside. Doesn't. Gundogan gives it to Haaland. Here's Mahrez. Start spreading the play. Be a little bit quicker with the passes. They're a bit too slow, a bit too pedestrian with the passes. Here's Foden. Gives it to De Bruyne. Back to Foden. Should be one touch move. They're not. They're taking 2 touches rather than the 1. Here's Ruben Dias then. Back to John Stones. John Stones currently on the right wing. It's not really where you want John Stones, but he does very well. He's good with his feet, so if he can find the pass, he knows what he's doing. Mahrez now to Rodri. Stones could do with getting back. Nathan Ake to De Bruyne. He's got no runners. And Ake eventually will take control of that ball. And it's a poor ball forward from City. Rodri can intercept. Here's De Bruyne. Headed clear by Mings. Haaland takes it. Gives it to Foden. And can't connect it back to Haaland. And Villa will clear their lines. They'll consider that as surviving as Oh, like a free kick to Villa there, but there we go as City get themselves a throw-in. Much against the frustrations of the Aston Villa crowd. Right, guys, one last time during live play. Do leave a thumbs up. 32 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Do go and check out today's video. Sponsor One Football. Chance here for Manchester City. Shot comes wide from Rodri. Another good opportunity for Manchester City. But yeah, do go and check out today's video. Sponsor One Football. Link in the description and also in the live chat. One Football will keep you up to date with all the latest football news, transfer news, latest scores, results, statistics, live league tables, and all your good footballing needs. It's a free app to download. Anyone that does download the One Football app using my link does help to support the future content created here on my channel. It keeps these videos coming for you guys, so I would appreciate any interaction towards that. I've used One Football throughout this video to provide all of the pre-match news as well as the half-time statistics and the full-time statistics as well. So we're 87th minute, 3 minutes remaining here. Long ball sent forward by Villa. They're causing problems, these long balls. Cancelo does well, wins the ball back for City and finds the pass. De Bruyne now to Rodri, back to Cancelo. Villa decide not to press. I think the fans are a bit frustrated there, allowing City just to play the way back out. 88th minute, 1-1. Here is Riyad Mahrez. Is there to be very late drama here at Villa Park? To steal the headlines, John Stones finds Mahrez with a good pass. Mahrez now moves the ball into the centre. Nathan Ake gives it to Kevin De Bruyne. Gives it to Rodri. He finds Foden on the left, cutting in. Wants to find Haaland, does find Haaland. Here's Gundogan, finds Mahrez! Oh, Mahrez puts it wide. Another good opportunity. The opportunities are there. They've not put them away. Oh, Bernardo Silva's thinking, I wish that was me still on the pitch because that would be 2-1. The good news is Gundogan was offside in the build-up, so it wouldn't have counted. Save us the spare of going ahead for it to be chalked off. But as Dale says, missed. To miss. Nonetheless. Minute and a half remaining in a normal time. You imagine there'd probably be 4 minutes added on at the end. With the little injury to Martinez and a couple of goals. Long ball sent forward again. Good touch from Coutinho. Villa win the header. Cleared by Rodri. Into space. Foden putting Young under pressure. Young has control of the ball. He's had a good game, Ashley Young, since coming on. It can't have been easy not starting in the game to get yourself psyched up and take over from Matty Cash at his age as well, keeping up with the young lad Phil Foden. He's had a good game. And it hurts me to say that with him being a former Manchester United man. But I'm fair here on the JSGC channel. Here is Cancelo now to Foden. Drifts it into space towards Haaland. Looked like a high foot from Haaland. Headed clear and out for a throw into Manchester City. In the final minute then of normal time. Is there to be late drama as Aston Villa prepare their fourth substitution of the game? Is it their third or fourth? It might be the third. I think it's their third actually. Apologies. Here's Ruben Dias. To Nathan Ake. Back to Diaz. 15 seconds remaining of normal time. What's going to be added on? Here is Cancelo. Gives it to De Bruyne. It's a City going to the penalty area. Foden! Save! And somehow finds Mahrez, and I think the flag's gone up. 4 minutes it is that's been added on. That's a cracking save from Martinez. Oh, I think Martinez is going to have man of the match. Villa don't get anything from this game if Martinez isn't there. It's a cracking save. Everyone's on side. Anyway, sub made by Villa. Bailey goes off. Goal scorer for Aston Villa. And on comes It's Buendia that comes on for the final 3 minutes then of this game, as we're into the second minute now of 4 minutes added on. So we've got a full 3 minutes of action left. Martinez sends it long. Man City just had a good opportunity. Saved by Martinez from Foden. You imagine there's time for at least a couple more opportunities. Villa, will they get one more opportunity? Will City muster themselves up an opportunity? Foden gives it to De Bruyne. If City are to create anything, you think it's going to come through De Bruyne. As he just sends a long, hopeful ball forward, which Martinez is just going to let it roll and roll and roll and pick it up. Time-wasting tactics taken up. He celebrates his time wasting there, the Aston Villa captain. Feels like they're nearly there for what could be a crucial point for Aston Villa and a disappointing point for Manchester City. Martinez sends it long. Problem you've got is sending it long. If he takes the touch, now Aston Villa's done very well there to get control of the ball. I was just about to say the problem that they've got Villa, although they've got a great opportunity here into the penalty area, squared across and dealt with by Manchester City in the end. That maybe was Aston Villa's opportunity. Here's Mahrez. Needs to get it clear. What's Dias doing? Gives it to Ederson. And City spread the play. De Bruyne just about keeps it in. That's a cracking ball to Gundogan. He takes the touch. He's won the ball. And he's given the free kick. He got the ball. They got the ball then, as we're 29 likes away from 100 likes. So he took the touch, Gundogan. Good challenge from Digne. And a good challenge from Gundogan. Gets a toe onto the ball. And Digne never appealed for a free kick. Not for me, that one. Anyway. Are we going to get some added on time with the time wasting like Liverpool did the other day with Newcastle? I highly doubt it. 1 minute left then. Martinez. More time wasting. Sends it long. Headed clear by Manchester City and picked up by Rodri. Here's Stone stretching. Gets hold of the ball. He's fouled. And Coutinho and Stone's getting angry. Get on with it. Don't take the bait. Get on with it. 20 seconds and whatever's to be added on remaining. I imagine the referee probably will allow one last opportunity. So last opportunity here for Manchester City. Can they salvage something? Can they salvage 3 points right at the death? Long ball sent forward. Flicked on. Picked off by Aston Villa. They drive forward. Played into space. Ollie Watkins picks the ball up. Surely he has to start thinking about time wasting. He keeps hold of the ball, though. And the problem they've got is they may well get tackled or dispossessed as Buendia moves it on. So we're into added on time. A crossing opportunity here. And they're not going to take it here, Aston Villa. What? Why? Why wouldn't you? Surely, added on time, you'd take that risk and go. But they're just going to time waste and they're going to get a point as the full-time whistle does go here at Villa Park and it finishes 1-1. Frustrating from Manchester City because we've had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity not put away. Aston Villa have one opportunity in the whole game and put the ball into the back of the net. Now this, to me, I've been speaking about last season saying these types of games like Newcastle, we wouldn't get anything from it. We didn't have that striker, etc., and that's absolutely fine. But on the other side of that, Manchester City, in my opinion, win this game last season, and they win this game because, to me, this season, defensively, we don't look anywhere near as tight or as strong. Man City were very good last season, particularly as we got going into our rhythm, like what we've got off to a quick start here. Once we got into our rhythm last season, we were very good at keeping clean sheets. There's the reason why Ederson picked up the Golden Glove, and that's because Man City, if they scored one goal, yeah, it'd be nice to get that killer second goal, but we were more than capable of keeping that clean sheet. So to me, this is a game we win last season. We haven't won it this season. So that's counteracting and balancing out games where we've won games and drawn games that we not necessarily would have won last season. My overall very short analysis is this has been a very frustrating game. But Aston Villa dug deep, defended well. Emiliano Martinez, their goalkeeper and captain, gets my JSGC man of the match, and he gets it for having a cracking game. It was his saves that kept Aston Villa in this game. It's his saves that have earned Aston Villa that point. As Steven Gerrard applauds the fans. Oh, thank you very much, Dale. Appreciate it. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hopefully, I'm hoping to be fully better and good to go for the Tuesday night match against Sevilla away for my live stream, if I'm completely honest. But I'll dig more into the analysis of this match in my match reaction video, which will be out in the next hour or so. So I'm just going to have a very quick look at the stats for this game, just to see what happened in the second half, to compare it with the first half, and then we'll conclude the stream there, and I'll crack on with that video for you guys. So 27% possession for Aston Villa, 73% for Manchester City. City won more duels, 58% of their duels won, compared with 42% for Aston Villa. Aerial duels won, 33% for Aston Villa, 66.7% for Manchester City. 5 offsides for Villa, 3 for Manchester City, and 1 corner for Villa and 4 for Manchester City. Eugene, thanks very much for tuning in, and hello. Aston Villa with just 3 shots in the game, 1 on target, 1 goal. Back to that. But Man City, not great, and shows how well Aston Villa did in the middle and their defending. That City limited to just 13 shots, 4 of them on target, with 1 goal as well. So nowhere near a classic of the game, but a game that City should have won, in my opinion. In terms of block shots, 1 for Villa, 4 for Manchester City. 1 shot onto the woodwork, that De Bruyne free kick. Couldn't get it up and down in time. 2 shots inside the box, 1 outside the box for Aston Villa. Manchester City with 8 shots inside the box and 5 outside the box. In terms of defensive stats, 15 tackles for Villa, 11 for Manchester City. Tackle completion rate for Villa at a very impressive 60%. Manchester City at 36.4%. Clearances, 15 for Villa, 4 for Manchester City. 8 for Manchester City, with 3 interceptions and 4 for Manchester City, as that point takes Aston Villa out of the relegation zone and into 17th place, and that point takes Man City above Spurs once more going into next weekend's game. So all eyes are onto Arsenal, and for a change, hoping for a favour from Manchester United for tomorrow. So if United could do something, then that would be brilliant. And to be honest, Manchester United, if they want to have a successful season, need to go and do something. In terms of distribution, 277 passes for Aston Villa at a 70% pass completion rate, 754 passes for City at an 88% pass completion rate. So not great from Manchester City there, and definitely that is something that we can look towards improving for our match on Tuesday night against Sevilla, where all the focus has to move towards. 7 crosses for Villa, cross completion rate of 0%, and Manchester City with 14 crosses, a cross completion rate of 29%. In terms of discipline, 7 fouls committed by Villa, 6 for Manchester City, 2 yellow cards for Villa. They went to Matty Cash and Lucas Digne, none for Manchester City. Goal today, 50th minute came from Erling Haaland from a Kevin De Bruyne cross, and 74th minute it was an assist for Jacob Ramsey and a finish by Leon Bailey into the back of the net, has seen this match finish 1-1. And like I said, it does see Manchester City now reclaim our place back into second place. It's 14 points from 6 games on a goal difference of plus 14. Arsenal currently 1 point ahead of us with a game in hand, and Arsenal will be thinking, if they want to be taken seriously for title contenders, they need to win tomorrow, because anything other than a win for Arsenal tomorrow, and they've not faced a big 6 team as of yet, so that'll be interesting to see how they get on. But anything other than an Arsenal win won't be a good result for them, in my opinion. So for a change, I'm hoping Manchester United will do something. If United want to start accumulating some points and start cracking towards the top 4, then they could do with a win. What's very surprising is a Man United win, considering their start. If Man United win tomorrow, they're only 2 points behind Manchester City. Make sense of that. So there we go. Very tight in the Premier League at the moment. Very, very tight. So I don't want Manchester United climbing up the table. So a draw, I'd be more than happy with a draw. City have got a better goal difference. We've gained a point. They've gained a point. We've had a semi-difficult away game against Aston Villa. We're playing every 3 to 4 days now. So it is. what it is. So yeah, there we go. That has been the live stream. We're 23 likes away from 100 likes. So if we could get to maybe 85 likes or so, gives us a fighting chance in the post-production of reaching 100 likes. So if you haven't already, please do go and leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and also in the yellow banner too. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, my email also in the description below and on the yellow banner too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos, or any general business inquiries, subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. We're on that push towards 28k subscribers. We've got plenty more Manchester City content to come for you guys to look forward to, so do make sure you have subscribed if you haven't already. Also, don't forget as well to let me know your thoughts. If you're watching this after the game, then in the comments below. But whilst the live chat's rolling right now, do let me know your thoughts in the live chat. We're now 21 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be great. And lastly, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by OneFootball.
This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date.
So thank you very much there to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. If you want to go and check out OneFootball and stay up to date with all the latest football news, transfer news, latest scores, results, statistics, live league tables, and all your good footballing needs, then go and check out the free OneFootball app. Link is in the description and also in the live chat. Anyone that does download OneFootball using them links does help to support the future content created here on my channel, and it does keep these videos coming for you guys. I have used OneFootball to give all of my news pre-match as well as half-time and full-time. It's a great app, so go and check that out. And we'll be back for Sevilla. I think this performance from Manchester City today is pretty much summed up by how I feel, which is grotty, gross, and not very well. And hopefully it will be much better on Tuesday night for us, the start of our Champions League campaign. It starts in Spain, away against Sevilla. And that's where all the focus has to move to, and not dwelling and focusing on this. So I'll be back with a live watch along for that game on Tuesday night. I'll have all the previews and the live watch along links and everything all sorted over the next day or two for you guys to look forward to. So I'll see you then. I will have my reactions and thoughts, including I've just seen a Villa fan saying, how was that given offside? They feel like they've been robbed. I'll address all that in my video for you guys. So I'll see you then. So thank you everybody for watching. I do hope everyone is safe and well. I've been JSGC. Peace. Ciao.